Luba says, Luke, please could you tell us what do you call cousins' children in English? We discussed it in the group today, and we could not believe that you call them cousins in English. And I'm deeply ashamed to say that I don't know, although I think it's second cousin. I always get confused between second cousin and cousin once removed. I have cousins who have children, right? But I don't interact with them. I don't spend time thinking about them, and I don't call them anything. I have lots of them. I'm ashamed to say I don't know most of their names. I don't know any of their names. How embarrassing. Well, there's only one thing we can do. And the only thing we can do is Google it together. So shall we do that? Shall we Google it together? I'm going to pop over here to Google. What do we call the children of your cousin? Okay. Search that. Oh, let me pop over so you can see my browser here. Okay. All right. So we've got cousins once removed. Cousins once removed. Okay. Children of your cousin are actually, I zoom in a little bit here. Children of your cousin are actually called your first cousin once removed. Your cousin child is not your second child. So another way to say that is, Luke, you're wrong, you idiot. As is commonly believed. Well, if it's commonly believed, then that's what it is, right? This is ridiculous. The appropriate name for addressing your cousin's child is niece or nephew, even though they're actually your cousins once removed? What? That doesn't make sense. So we have three things going on here. We have the thing that people usually say, which is second cousin, which is wrong, even though it's something people often say. So the thing people often say is wrong, apparently. And then the appropriate thing that you should say to them is niece or nephew, even though they are actually first cousins once removed. I vote that we get rid of this first cousin once removed nonsense. It seems like it's bursting at the seams to be changed. No one remembers. Right? I should know this. If this were actually a thing that people know, I should know, right? I mean, I'm not a total moron. I should know what this is called, and I don't. I call them. My first instinct is to call them my nieces and nephews, even though they're not. That would be my instinct. So why would I call them my first cousin once removed, right? I'm going to click on this. Oh, cousins chart. Ooh, cousins chart. Ah. Okay. Oh, we got also some rings for sale. Nice. The cousins chart. Here's how to finally understand all your family relationships. I'm learning this too, guys, so we're learning together. All right? And if you want to buy some rings, you can go to Manly Bands. Those are cool, actually. I like those. Okay, where's the chart? Okay, nuclear family. This is your primary family group. Mother, father, brother, sister, spouse, children. Nuclear family. Got it. Uncle and aunt. These are the siblings of your parents. Okay, so far, I know this stuff. All right, so far we're good. It also includes their spouses. Okay, so my mother's brother is my uncle, but also his wife, who is not my mother's sister, is my aunt, or my aunt, if you want to say it that way. All right, so far, so good. I'm comfortable with this. the son and daughter of your sibling. As with uncle and aunt or aunt, these people are not considered your niece by marriage. Ugh. Let's not get into that. All right, so I have 2 nephews. My little brother has 2 kids. They're my little nephews, and that's what I call them. Little nephew. They're very cute. Cousin. Your cousin, also known as first cousin, full cousin, or cousin German, is the child of your parents' sibling. Okay, that makes sense? So my uncle's children, they're my cousins. I call them my cousins. Fine. So far, so good. Double cousins. Although rare in present day, double first cousins necessitate a seat at the family diagram table too, when a set of siblings from one family marries a set of siblings from another family. Their kids are not only first cousins, they're double cousins. Okay, we don't need to learn that. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I refuse to learn that. Let me make this bigger. I refuse to learn it. I refuse to learn that. This is what we want. Here we go. And now we're getting to the action. You and the child of your parents. Okay, wait. Slow down. I got to understand the sentence. You and the child of your parents' cousin are second cousins. Let's think about that for a second. Me and the child of my parents' cousin. So my father's cousin has children. Then I'm second cousins with that child. Okay, I think that makes sense. The 2 of you share at least one set of grandparents. Okay, I think I understand, although that's complicated, but okay. All right, cool. Third cousin, following the same equation. As second cousins, third cousins are cousins of 2 added generations between yourselves and your... okay, I refuse to learn that. I don't want to learn that. I don't care. First cousin once removed. This is the action. So we're trying to understand the difference between second cousin and first cousin once removed. Okay. If your first cousin has a child... Okay, so my cousin is my uncle and aunt. They have a kid. My cousin. Okay. If your first cousin has a child, that child is your first cousin, once removed. Removed refers to a difference in generation from you and your first cousin. You can think of it relative to that shared set of ancestors, blah, blah, blah. Removed simply means they're not in the same generation. So because they're not in my generation, my cousins are in my generation, their children are a generation under me. So removed means there's a shift in generation. I can understand that, but I still think it's ridiculous. Okay? The removed business is often confused with labeling a relative a second or third cousin. Yes, which is inaccurate. That's what you say. That's your opinion. I think you're inaccurate. A cousin of any degree will always be in the same generation as you. That's important. A cousin of any degree will always be in the same generation as you. So if it's a second cousin, third cousin, fourth cousin, now I understand. Second cousin, third cousin, fourth cousin, fifth cousin, they're on the same line as you in generation. They're around your same age. Well, they don't have to be your same age group, but they're in the same generation in your family. And then if it goes down one, then it's been removed. Okay. But apparently, you can still call those cousins once removed your nephew and your niece, which is what I would want to call them anyway. So, well, it all makes slightly more sense to me, although somehow, for some reason, I still don't really like it. I don't know why. I feel like it should be simpler, right? It should be simpler. Well, that's it. I don't know if that answers your question, Luba, or confuses you more. I feel like I understand things slightly better now. if I want to answer the second, third cousin thing, all I have to do is look to the right and to the left. And if I want to answer the once removed thing, I have to look to the right or the left and then down, because they're the next generation. It kind of makes sense. Well, regardless, whether it does or it doesn't, if you have any questions about this, let me know in the comments. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Also, check out my full courses in the links in the description.